Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, sister. So you've written into us about some difficulties that you're having following quite a difficult divorce to your husband. And from what you said, there's two primary things I want to pick out on. The main thing, obviously, is the difficulties you're facing regarding maintaining a relationship with your in-laws, which you had a very nice bond with before the divorce. And then something I just picked up on that you just really mentioned quite briefly at the end, but that's your thinking about leaving Islam. So I thought it was very important to pick up on that too. So the primary reason that you wrote in was regarding the relationship with your in-laws. You had a very nice relationship with them before, and it really comforted you, and it really helped you certainly in the path of Islam. And obviously, because of the difficulty with them now, that's making it difficult for you to connect with Islam anymore, because you don't seem to have that in your life anymore. So I want you to think about some reasons why it is that they're not talking to you now after having such a good relationship before. Now, you did mention that you think that perhaps it could have been due to what your father said after a time when your husband had refused to get out of the car, that he told them not to talk to you anymore because the whole situation was causing you so much stress. So it could well be that very reason why they're not talking to you, out of respect for you, to make things easier for you, that maybe they feel that if they maintain contact with you, that it will make the whole divorce process even more difficult for you, because they're linked to your ex-husband as well, and that can make things a lot more difficult regarding the breakup as well. So that could actually be the very reason why it is that they are not talking to you, because they're just doing it out of respect for you. Maybe they don't want you to feel upset, because maybe they think that you talking to them will only remind you of what you had with your husband, and make it more difficult for you to move on. Even, you've gone through with the divorce now, and it's kind of time to move on. Maybe they feel that if they keep in contact with you, then it will make it more difficult for you to move on, and to get over the divorce. So again, this could be just a sign of respect for you. But I guess at the end of the day, you develop this attachment to them, and that's what's making it really difficult for you to let them go, and to maybe reduce contact with them. And that's very difficult for you because you had such a good bond with them before, almost like your own parents, let's say. But I guess you also have to understand that there are, their own reasons for not talking to you as much as they were. And I know that's difficult for you, but if you understand why it is that they're doing that, then it might make it easier for you to accept why they're doing that to you, that they're not doing it against you for personal reasons, that maybe they're just trying to make things easier for you on your journey through and getting through the divorce without having to go through any more stress than they know you've already been through. They know the stress that you've been through to this point, and they want to make things easier for you out of love and respect for you. And then the other thing, like I said, I wanted to pick up on is your thoughts about leaving Islam. Now, obviously, we can relate it here to the difficulties you've had in maintaining contact with the people that really kept you strong on the path of Islam. But now you don't have that relationship anymore because you don't have contact with them. Now you're having a hard time connecting with Islam anymore, which is what's making you feel like leaving. So I just want to give you some pointers on how you can fix this part of it. So you only mention it briefly, but I think it's a very important point to try and draw you back to the path again, to make things easier for you. Obviously, you're going through difficulties right now, which makes it even more hard. But I can guarantee you, if you can find your connection back with Islam again, it will make the whole situation easier for you. Not just in connecting to Islam, but in terms of it will change your whole viewpoint in life by returning back to Islam and connecting with Allah, and it'll make it a lot more easier to deal with the other difficulties that you're going through. Now, sadly, you've said that you've been to the masjid on a couple of times, but unfortunately, nobody's spoken to you. And unfortunately, this is sometimes the case. I know, I've heard of this happening before, where you can go to a masjid and people won't talk to you. But try and think of reasons why. Maybe it is just that you're new, they don't know you, maybe they're a bit reluctant to talk to you, so try and make excuses for them first. Maybe going a few more times, they'll get to know you, get to see your face regularly, and they'll be more comfortable to talk to you. So it might not just be about you personally and not wanting you to come to the masjid, they just don't know you, you're new, they want a chance to get to know you. Maybe is it that you were, did you expect them to talk to you? You need to also make the effort to go and talk to them as well. So that's another thing to think about too, as in you need to be forward in making the effort to talk to them as well. Now, if there are any classes in your local masjid, if there's any halaqah, if there's any Quranic classes or anything like that, then I would suggest going to those and attending them, even if at first you're just going to be a quiet member of the group, but at least just to find your feet and learn something new. And even beyond this, there are many, many online classes as well where you can learn about Islam. And these will come with like online groups, online support groups. So at least, I know it's not an ideal solution to be making friends online, but at least a step forward in learning about Islam and connecting with Islam and making it easier to talk to other Muslims outside as well. And it'll give you that chance to feel a connection with other people in Islam as well. So inshallah, these pointers will help to ease your situation. May Allah make it easy for you. May He ease your affairs and may He guide you back on the right path, on the path of Islam.